get the right placement here. All right, that should be good. But yeah, we're just gonna be chilling and hanging out. All right, you got that. Yo, what's up, fish? Oh, I'm doing great. Dang, dude, my phone just hit low power mode again. Dude, it's on the second time. I'm gonna try to be active in this 24-hour live stream as possible to keep you company. Did you see? Yes, I did, fish. I am hyped. I'm hyped. I'm so excited. Fighter Z is now getting the hype that they deserve. That game is still amazing. If you guys are curious about the schedule and how everything's gonna play out, if you go to the community tab on my YouTube channel, and you click the communities tab, you guys will get the entire full schedule. So I started the IRL part late, so we're only gonna go until the time that we were supposed to switch over. So 24-hour live stream is low-key insane. Yo, what's up, Odysseus? Welcome to the stream, man. I wish you luck, bro. Dude, thank you so much for the $2, man. Holy crap. If you guys are curious what we're going to be doing, you guys could go over to my YouTube homepage and go over to Communities tab. And there will be an entire schedule on what we're going to be doing for the 24 hours. We're going to do separate streams for each, for what you guys are all about. Right now, we're just going to be chatting, chilling, playing guitar, whatever you guys want, chatting with you guys, everything. And so if you guys are curious on what I'm going to be doing throughout the entire 24-hour live stream, just go on. You don't even have to subscribe. Just click on my channel icon, go over to the Communities tab. The schedule will be right there in 2 pictures, layered from left to right. So you would click on the first picture, and then you would swipe over, and then it would continue on the list for the schedule. It would say the times. It's all in Central Standard Time, so CST. You guys could convert it to your time zone accordingly as well. So just want to let you guys know that. So let's just get into it. I'll just be chatting with you guys. You guys want to talk about anything, any certain topics that came up recently? Ask away, and I'll answer. I'm not gonna be that guy that just is like that scrolls past any of his comments. No, I read all the comments. I answer your guys' questions. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I am there and I will talk about. As long as it's not anything to do with politics. I don't get into politics, but if you guys want to talk about Charlie Kirk, I say that there's no side to Charlie Kirk. No. I say that there's not a side. Any man who dies, any woman who dies, any kid who dies, you cannot be thankful for their death. And it doesn't matter what side of politics you're on, the left or the right. I'm a centralist. I don't agree with anyone. I take my facts from the left and from the right, and then I make my own conclusions on what is actually true. People begin to lose morality if they think of the left or if they think of the right. People then begin to lose morality if one side is right. They refuse to accept what is right because of politics. Every human being knows that nobody should have to die, especially if they're innocent. And to be honest, I don't think the death penalty should be allowed. That's just my view. I don't think any human being should die, no matter what. I think it's immoral. So you're a current day conservative. I just don't think that politics are right. I don't think that you should be on a certain side. You should go with what you hold true. And if you pick a side, that means you're only going to view that side. No matter what they do, you think is right. That's what I've seen with a lot of full leftists and full rightists. And no matter if the person on the right makes a wrong decision or a person on the left that makes a wrong decision, they're going to say, oh, but since we're democratic, it's going to be right no matter what. No, that's not how life works. Let's just be honest here. And now I probably lost a lot of subscribers there, but let's be honest. No man should have to die. No person should be celebrating over their death. And that's just morals. It's not even politics. Let's be honest here. Yo, what's up, Wombat? What's up, Cosette? What's up, Divine Fishman? Speaking nothing but facts right now. Dude, I know. Or you don't know nothing about politics, get back in school. I think the one that should be asking that is what your ethics and what your moral values are. I think that you should go to college, take a philosophy class for once. Maybe you could actually learn something. Instead of sitting here and telling me that I'm wrong, I need to go back into school, and maybe you're the one who's sitting on your ass, not even going to college, you're just sitting at home, and not gonna lie, I didn't agree with all that Charlie Kirk was all about. I thought that he was a Christian, which is fine. I'm a Christian too. Though I thought the way that he went about things and telling people, oh, you're wrong. No, I didn't agree with that just because I value one person's life does not mean that I fully agree with everything that they stood for. Nah. But we should take out the concept that the leftists and the rightists will take out morals and values just to prove that they're right even when they're wrong. And I think that's just common sense here, right, man? Like, outdoor boys, like, come on, man. Like, what? Like, what are we talking here? Okay, but then why are you telling me to get back in school? Dude, I'm 19. Or almost 19, my bad. Obviously, I'm gonna know more things than you, so why make that accusation in the first place? You know? And I didn't know how old you were. You just came out and kind of like, just like went at me. Said, bro, get back to school. You don't know nothing about politics. Well, then why make the statement? Honeymelon says, F Charlie Kirk. I mean, nobody should have to die. Alright? Now, that doesn't mean I respected the person fully, but no man should have to die. No woman should have to die. No kid should have to die. And he got murdered in front of his kids. all right, in front of his family, you know? Even though we don't, maybe people don't like the guy, and that's all right. That's all right, man. You don't have to like the person. I didn't like him. That does not mean you take one's value of life and say just because you didn't agree with that person, that it's okay for them to die. Like, I, I fully don't understand some things, you know? And this is just with politics, man. Like, politics are a problem. You know what I believe? I agree with George Washington here. You know what he said? And this will prove that I have some information about politics. You know what George Washington said when he was in office? He refused to do until after they waited until George Washington got out of office. He refused to create two sides to politics. He did not want two separate individual parties because he said that it would divide the nation. And look what happened after they got out of office. They made two sides, two political parties. He said he did not want to have separate parties because it would divide the nation. And look what happened. So, you know. Yeah, the fine fisherman, I fully agree. But like I said, I was willing to talk about anything. So like if people like asks me about things, I just I'm not gonna like sit here and not say my side. You know, the Charlie Kirk thing has been like almost a month, and I want to give my personal prayers to his family because I've never spoken about this before. So I just want to be bluntly clear that no person should have to die. And no matter if it's a politic view that you have to make you not value one person's life, it's not okay, man. I had 14 and I'm so sorry about that, man. That must have been a tough time to go through too. But I'm not a leftist, I'm not a rightist. I'm a centralist, and I think all people should be until proven that one side is wrong. Then you pick the side that you think is right. But that doesn't mean you have to remain that side. You know, people say, you know, when you start voting, you got to register as a Democrat or Republican. No, you can be a centralist and vote for who you think is right at the time. Doesn't matter what party you're a part of. If somebody seems wrong to you, do not vote for that person, even if you're a Republican. You should be able to vote for who you want to. That's what public voting is for. That's what the stance free voting is for, to make the accusation on who you think should be president of the United States. You shouldn't have to pick a side and be like, oh no, I have a personal bias to every rightist president and every leftist president sucks. No, you don't think about it that way. You shouldn't. I mean, and everybody has their own preferences and views. So like obviously, I'm gonna respect with what you have, but when it goes to moral values of one person's life, then we cross the line. I'm gonna be honest. That's where we cross the line. And that line has been crossed several times with this topic. So I just wanted to make it bluntly clear what I stand for, what my moral values are, what I think about politics and their bullshit. I think everybody should start off as a centralist. Until proven that one side is wrong, you pick the other side and you go with what is right. You don't stay to one side even if somebody is wrong. But that's how people are. If they register as a Democrat, they vote all Democrats. Doesn't matter if a Republican is right here. They just fully don't take in the values of what the other president stands for just because they're not a registered Republican or they're not a registered Democrat. And I just wanted to clear the air here on people when they ask me what side of Charlie Kirk I'm on. There's no side here. There's no side. The side is that you should show empathy for a person who passes away. No life should be taken that way. No life should be taken in general, unless if it's due to actual, and even cancer. No person should have to die to cancer or go through that either. They're going through a lot of pain and suffering. But unless if you die to natural causes, I believe that no person should have to die. And even with the natural causes, I think that people should still try to save their life. You don't just let it happen. What are your moral values? And I think that's where everybody has been crossing the line here. On the internet, you only see one side to a story. You see the full leftists because they get retention, and you see the full rightists because they get retention. Charlie Kirk was a pretty major rightist, and I understand some of the things that he said, but that does not take one's life out of the moral value aspect of Charlie Kirk. All right. I understand. I didn't like the guy personally, and I'm a Christian, but I love everybody. Good luck on the 24-hour stream. Thank you, Zaf1. Thank you so much, brother. That means the world to me, man. That you guys are going out of your way donating like this. It's amazing to me how kind you guys all are. And I'm glad that I'm here, and I'm glad that you guys are supporting me in this 24-hour live stream. I wasn't expecting much retention from this because people, they have their own life, man. And the fact that you guys are here talking to me like this, it's amazing, man. Hold on, let me go grab my charger before my phone dies. It's at 4%. Alright. Just gonna plug it into my extension cord, and then we're gonna get ready to go. And I also, if you guys looked on the schedule for the stream, tomorrow, because it's obviously, since it's a 24-hour live stream, it's gonna go through Saturday into Sunday. So, there's a big announcement that you guys are gonna want to be here for. And you guys can look on the schedule and exactly that's gonna happen. But it's a big announcement for my channel. Like, I'm talking game changer. Like, huge. You guys are gonna want to be here tomorrow. Just look at that final text there for a time slot. And if you guys are not wanting to be here for the full 24 hours, be there for that, because that's going to be the most important thing out of this 24-hour live stream. So if you guys want to see the schedule, if you guys are in my Discord, you guys can go to the announcements tab and look at the schedule. There's visualizers for it. You guys can check the first picture and the second picture. It's going to be on the second picture. The very bottom, there's going to be a red, it's in red text, hoping that you guys would stand out and read that. It says big channel announcement / discussion. It's going to say time slot. I'm going to be honest, I forgot what the time slot was for that. But I believe it's from like 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. or something like that. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. You guys go back Tuesday? I do too. For college, I'm not aware if Monday we're going to be open for college classes, but I know like Tuesdays and Thursdays are my college classes. I have a philosophy class and I have a history class. There's people that'll tell me that I'm uneducated when I'm talking about politics, but dude, I'm like, are you guys in college philosophy? Or do you guys even know what philosophy is, or what ethics are, or what morals mean? dude, and then they shut up. Like, right after that, they're just like, all right, I'm just going to either leave or we're just not going to talk about this anymore. And, you know, I'm just going to leave. So it's so funny to me. So funny, bro. So funny to me. It's Goku? Wait, wait, there's Goku in here? Where? I don't see no Goku. Dark, are you young Sheldon? Because all you spoke was nothing but facts. That's insane. Yo, there's Goku. Hey, it's me, Goku. Oh god, dude. Yeah, there's a voice crack. And I'm 18, almost 19, and I still get voice cracks. You guys are insecure about voice cracks? Don't be. I still have it, and I'm a full-grown adult. Dude, the other day I was trying to, like... Man, I wanted philosophy and sociology classes this year. But those B words put me into band. Thankfully, I got out of there, though. Dude, not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting philosophy to be this fun. It was like one of those classes that's like, oh shit, I can't sign up for anything else. I have no choice but take this philosophy class. And it was the best decision I ever made in my entire life. I had the choice between this and a psych class. I am so glad I picked philosophy because I would have been bored as hell in psych. Thoughts on the G word, the big G word. You see, I don't believe that guns should be a right. I think they should be a privilege. I think that they should be a privilege and not a right. That's what I think about it. You know, everybody has their own personal preference and their own beliefs. So, but I think that it should be a privilege, just like driving. You aren't legally obligated to have this. It's a privilege to have, and it can be revoked. That's how I think it should be handled. I don't think guns should be a right to have. That's my piece. Marco, dude, I don't know who the fuck you are, but I've never had Fent in my life. So I'm just gonna hide you from this channel because you're accusing me of things that never even happened, broski. And Southern Mofo, same with you, bro. So you're fine with people having them? If they're trained. You know, gun licenses are a thing. If they're being held illegally, of course not. I don't think that they should. But if they're trained and have a license, then it's fine. But if they're doing it illegally, of course not. I don't think a person should have a gun if they are doing it illegally. So. You see, the right for self-defense and the right to own a gun is a difference. The right to self-defense, of course. But a gun should be a privilege, not a right. You see, the people bring up the right to self-defense, but that doesn't have to be a gun. You know, but you know, you guys can also like so should a sword kings use the outlaw those as well? Well, you see, the privilege between a gun and a sword, what a more deadly thing is gonna be a gun, and that's not even close. A sword you can have some leeway with, but a gun is a arsenal. It's automated. These bullets can go straight through a person's body. A sword could do the same, but it's not ranged. Spears, on the other hand, we can talk about spears. Swords, nah. You can't be comparing swords and guns because they're two completely different things in two completely different categories of dangerous. So that's my piece on that. But honestly, topic change, bro. I don't want YouTube on me for discussion that, because the G word is a big thing that we don't do here as a partnership to YouTube. We don't do that. So respectfully, let's change the topic. Let's talk about something else. No, Booker, you're fine. And Ryan, dude, you're good, bro. And everybody has their own piece. I'm not gonna be this person that's been like, yeah, you disagree with me. You're see, that's something I did have a problem with Charlie Kirk. Whenever somebody would disagree with him, he loved to prove them wrong. I'm not like that. I say my piece, you say your piece, and let's move on. You know, I think that's how a great person should be. Or sorry, not a great person should be, but what you want to learn to is mature over time and be okay with people disagreeing with you. That's my piece on that too. I think that people should be able to have their own opinions and things, but just because they disagree with you does not mean that they're wrong. It means that there's some different things that we heard about, and then let's talk about it and let's hear both sides. And Charlie did do that, but he loved to prove people wrong, which I don't do. I don't like to prove people wrong. I say my piece, they say your piece, and let's move on. That's it. It was his job to prove them wrong. It was a performance. People choose to engage in conversation. Yeah, they chose to do it, which I agree with him. Like there's some things I disagree with him, but there's a lot of things I did agree with him on. It's not that I fully agreed with everything that he stood for. When I back up Charlie Kirk, I'm doing it on just morals. That's it. That's all it is, man. Nothing political about the Charlie Kirk situation, and I don't think that people should be bringing in politics to Charlie Kirk. I don't think so. Now, there is subjection to that because he was a political view and a part of a political party, but one's life should not have to involve politics in any sort of way. No, I'm not gonna be. You take Algebra 2. Dude, I loved Algebra 1 fish, but I hated Algebra 2. I loved Algebra 1, though. Velos, bro, it's just a subject that I had to talk about because a lot of people are still on it, and it was devastating to the community. So, a lot of people witnessed it. And, of course, at some point I was going to have to talk about it. I would rather get it out of the way now and clear the air on things before, I wanted to make sure you didn't get past Algebra 1. Well, I can tell you, the way that I went about math, and I have ADHD, and so, it was really hard for me to pay attention to math, and now don't make fun of me when I say this, but I have an imagination. I just viewed as every math question as a puzzle that had to be solved, and you put pieces together. You take A and B, you take numbers, you combine them, you do, all the sorts of division. I just thought of it and used the concept in my head as it's a puzzle that needs to be solved. It's nothing more, it's nothing less. And if you keep that mindset, math is going to be a lot better for you and more enjoyable too. That was the whole thing I was trying to be, is how can I get myself to pay attention in math class? So it's all about mentality and about your willingness to learn. I always thought in high school, because I didn't pay attention, I was like, man, I hate learning. I'm in college and I'm choosing to learn, and I actually enjoy learning. But I will say in high school, there's a lot of teachers that feel like they just don't want to teach. In college, it's not like that. A lot of the teachers that I have, the professors, they actually seem like they want to teach, which I'm seeing a difference. They actually want you to succeed, whether or not they're just paving the path for you like they do in high school. That was my experience, is that they were kind of just paving the path for me to make sure that I was at the bare minimum to succeed. In college, they just want you to succeed and learn and pay attention. You got those things down, learning by yourself in high school, you're gonna succeed in college no matter what GPA you have. I passed with a 2.0 GPA in high school, and I'm doing fine in college. Don't worry about your GPA unless if you want to start out of a university. If you want to start out in a university, get that 3.0. It will help you tons. But if you're wanting to start off at a community college, 2.0 is great to start. So don't worry about like what current GPA you have. If you have a low one, guys, I was 2 years through in college, or sorry, in high school at a 1.9 GPA. And so like I had a way below average GPA, but I'm doing fine in college, but struggled in high school. So it's like saying 0.5 GPA students are the inventors. Well, they're not, but some can be. It's not saying that they can't. I'm saying that you have to start somewhere. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that just because they have a low GPA does not entail how smart one individual is. It's about their willingness to learn and their mentality. Let it crust, bro. All right, man. All right. But yeah, thank you guys for the support. Let me go grab my computer real fast. Let me go grab my 1950s computer out of the BC era. Let me go grab my 2013 MacBook Pro real quick. Let me open it up, and yeah, I can't wait to open the BC era and start a jet engine that goes into the speaker of my phone that you guys get to hear. I'll be right back. Alright, I got it right here. Guys, also, the biggest lesson I can tell you guys, work with what you got. I'm doing college on a website that's like, I'm having like, I use a 2013 MacBook to do my college work. I'm saying work with what you got rather than what you can have. Work with what you got. Because sometimes, going about that is the best way to handle situations. But I'm just opening this up so I can look at the schedule to make sure I got the timings right. I might be a little behind schedule, and I might have been doing the IRL live stream for a little bit longer than planned, but let's check. Let's pull up the schedule so I can talk to you guys about it. Message is held for review. Fish, are you talking to me about that? That is insane if that's what you meant. I am obviously not gonna show that, but if that's what you meant, that's insane. People will say they're just doing their job, but then they don't get email them every 2 seconds. That's crazy. Oh, okay. I thought you meant me, and I was like, that's insane. Cause yo, Jack is in the building. Let's freaking go. Yo, Jack. So I was looking. So I got like all of my banking info and stuff for AdSense complete. I got it all working now. Of course, as you can see, we got the memberships there. Dude, I was looking. I just got my first payout. It's coming at the end of this month, dude. I made $117. I looked at that and I broke down crying. I'm about to break down now. That's all because of you guys. It's all because of you guys. I made $117 in 1 month of my channel being active. You guys know what the average monthly payout for a person who has in between 1,000 subscribers and 15,000 subscribers is $1. You guys, 117 times that for the subscriber count that I have. you guys, I'm so thankful for all of you. Like, truly, like, I could not be more thankful. You guys don't know a lot of the backstory, but I got into a car crash, which caused me to stream a lot and get motivation, is because I had nothing. I came out of that. My parents had to pay for all the damages to the car. I totaled it. Got into a rollover car crash. It rolled over 7 times. And I was like, man, what do I do? I love gaming. I want to go to college. And I'm like, YouTube. And I'm like, I could do what I love. And, you know, I didn't expect to get monetized in 7 months after I started streaming every single day. And then it happened. And I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to make a monthly payout. It happened for the first month that it became active. It said right on the monthly average, I was going to make $140. I've never had that in my wallet in my life. So seeing that was more money than I've ever had in my pocket, ever. So it means more to me than you guys could know. And I'm an emotional crier. Like I'm crying on public on live stream. I'm not the guy to hide my emotions, so I just want you guys to know that you guys are a life changer and have changed my life for the better. So I really just can't thank you guys enough. It really, the 24-hour live stream is just to give back to you guys for that. Like, honestly, this 24-hour live stream, we're going to push through it together. We're going to make it happen because I've never done it before. And I'm telling you guys, this is going to be big. I have a lot of plans. We're going to be playing Legends. We're going to do a own separate category. So I'm going to do a Legends grind and a $10 from the... Man, bro, let me breathe. Let me breathe, man. Oh my God. I'm gonna need a tissue at some point. But I wanted to give you guys back. And I was like, what have I not done yet? And I was like, a 24-hour live stream. I've said that I was gonna do it, and I dipped out. I am not doing that this time. We're gonna be playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. We're gonna be playing Legends. We're gonna do an own separate category of a 4-hour straight of viewer battles on Dragon Ball Legends. We're gonna do Sparking Zero. We're gonna do Fighter Z at some point. We're gonna do all these things that I've never done before, and so we're gonna be making this as hype as I possibly can make it with the equipment I can have and the equipment that I have access to me. I will make it as hype as I possibly can. But I'm not a streamer over here with a major setup. Like, guys, this is what I'm working with: 2 monitors, a PS5, and a 2013 MacBook. This is what I'm working with to give you guys the best content I can possibly give you guys. I edit my videos off my phone for y'all. I do it because I love you guys. So, like, I work with what I got, and that's my belief is you can make anything work with the equipment that you have. And that's my piece to you guys. No matter what. You guys don't need a PC to get popular. All you need is a phone and some communication. That's it. And you guys can make it happen. But dude, what was I gonna... Oh yeah, I was gonna pull up the schedule. Dude, I completely forgot. But oh yeah, so let me just promote this real quick, because I don't do this, but like, because I don't want to think that you guys, I'm expecting anything from you guys. But this is my membership tab on my channel. You know, the first version of it, I try to make it as cheap as possible. It's 99 cents a month. You guys get all these badges for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, or sorry, 1 month, 2 months. I think this is like 4 months, 6 months, and then this is a 1 year mark, which is like a mirror cube with my face. Like, vortexed on it like several times. I thought that was really funny. I just kind of put my face on each one of these, give it like the dark aspect of it. And each one of these are a central piece of things that I've done in my past or memes that I wanted to create. So, and then these are the tiers. Please, I pray to God, do not ever buy this. Do not. This seems fun, but please do not spend $20 a month. If you're gonna buy it, do the cheapest one available to you, because that's what I wanted it there for. I thought this would just be funny if somebody just wanted to spend crazy amounts of money for no reason. I put it there, but please, to the Lord of heaven, to mercy, do not buy this, please. Do not buy that. Send a link. All right, I got you. Let me just make sure low key, I forgot how I even do this, not gonna lie. Hold on, let me just make sure that I'm not gonna click on anything that would like dox my information. Well, let me see if I can get you guys a link for it. Here we go. Okay, give me 1 second, chat, and I'm gonna get this low key. Should I just get a bagel? Dude, bagels are insanely good, dude. Underrated, an underrated snack. No, wait, am I gonna accidentally? Okay, I thought I was accidentally gonna buy a membership there for a second. I thought I kind of screwed over, but hold on. Let me get this up for you guys. Man, this is where the new content creator goes into things I can't even remember how to send the link for y'all. Like, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna get this for you guys. Memberships. There it is. Okay. Copy. So if you guys are interested, here is the link to my channel memberships. Okay, member. Here it is. Let me see if that works. Does it do that? I think so. Yeah, it should take you guys right to it. There you guys go. If there's anybody curious. But yeah, so I'm just gonna take a look at the community tab real quick, and I'm gonna look at the schedule that I had posted. Yeah, all right. And I'm actually gonna show you guys this on the live, just for if people don't want to like click off to look at it. An image in new tab. Wait, low key, dude, it's kind of cut off. Wait, what? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I'm just gonna have to go to Discord then. Dude, I'm gonna have to like pop it up in Discord. I understand why you guys are kind of clueless on what it was. Cut it off for y'all. That really sucks, actually. I didn't realize that. I'm so sorry. Hey, here it is. So this is what we're working with. So I titled the 24-hour live stream Project 24-H schedule. So Saturday through Sunday. So IRL 1 to 2 p.m. So yeah, we're 30 minutes off of track. And then we were supposed to do DBL from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., which we can change accordingly. And then from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., we're going to do Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Then we're going to do another IRL stream, recapping the games that we played, talking, discussing. And then this is the next page. So from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., I'm going to be talking with you guys, whatever you guys are interested in doing. If you guys want to go back and play another game that we had previously played, we could do that. If you guys request a game that I still happen to have, we could do that. And then I would have a midterm break between 6 and 7 a.m. So in that time, I would be like taking a break, you know, like doing the things that I need to do. And then from 7 to 10 a.m., we would be doing Dragon Ball Legends viewer battles, which I'm known for on my channel. That's what I got popular from. And then from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. is more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And then this right here was the biggest thing that I wanted you guys to be a part of. From 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., special announcement and chatting. This is the most important thing that you guys want to be here for. This is the most important thing. Make sure you guys get your time zones correct. 12 p.m. CST to 2 p.m. CST. You guys can like get your schedule, like convert it, or even watch it like as a VOD, like when you guys have time. This segment, we're gonna talk about something huge that's coming up. Dark, what time is it for you? It's 2:32 p.m. for me right now. So you guys can convert that accordingly. It's 2:32 p.m. for me right now. So you guys can figure out like the hours difference that we have. But yeah, we're 32 minutes off track. So I'm probably gonna end this live stream. We're gonna swap over to Dragon Ball Legends. If you guys want to, you guys could click off and wait until and here I can show you guys. So if you guys are wanting to just come back for the other IRL stream, we're gonna be regrouping. Oh, my bad. We're gonna be regrouping and an IRL recap from 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. It's 2:32 p.m. for me right now. You guys can do the math there. You guys, or if you guys want the easier way, Central Standard Time. So if you guys want to do it that way, you guys can convert the time that way. But from 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., I'll be back in another one of these like short live streams where I'm talking to y'all. You guys want to be back for that? We're gonna be playing games from here to here, or sorry, from here to here. We're gonna be back. We're gonna recap, and then next we're gonna go into this from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. We're just gonna be doing requests, talking, whatever you guys want. The previous games that we played, or if you guys so happen to request a game that I have, I'll play that for you. And then I'm gonna get a midterm break between 6 and 7 a.m. So I'll just be off. That would be my off time. And then from 7 to 10 a.m., we're going to be doing more Dragon Ball Legends Vera battles. And then from 10 to 12 p.m., we're going to be doing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And then from 12 to 2 p.m., we're going to be doing the special announcement and chatting. Any of you guys are interested in my community, this is going to be the biggest piece I want you guys to be here for. CST would be the time zone, or you guys want to do it this way. My time for me right now is 2:34 p.m. Saturday. So you guys can also convert it that way. If you guys want to do the math instead of converting time zones, you can do it that way too. But yeah, let's get into the Dragon Ball Legends stream. So we're gonna be doing that until 6 p.m. my time, which is CST. I'll see you guys like literally right after this stream. So peace out, man. I'll see you guys right there.